Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the video. This is another paid request, this time for Daniel. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. It will be a review, a tier, a list, a ranking, a reaction, commentary, whatever it may be. And the reason my voice is a bit out of it is because I saw Detective Knight Rogue. If you don't know what that is, it's a first of a trilogy of movies that Bruce Willis did that are pretty much his last films. And here's the thing, while Bruce Willis, I hear, stories in the past, he wasn't the most pleasant guy to work with, and there's no excuse for that. I'm talking about back to the days of doing Striking Distance and Tears of the Sun and all these other movies, and the directors just had terrible experiences with the guy. There's no excuse for that. But there's still a part of me that's saddened that he got aphasia. Bruce Willis has aphasia, which is you're harder to form words and speak clearly. Whether that was caused by a stroke or whatever I don't know what the exact cause was that became the aphasia. But you watch this film and you can clearly see it. And that's why this is more of a depressing... It was more of a depressing watch. Did you watch it a guy that you grew up watching in films like the Die Hard films and Pulp Fiction, The Last Boy Scout, The Fifth Element, even films like Blind Date and Mercury Rising. I mean, just Last Man. Like, this guy had the star factor, had the presence, the it factor, the charisma, especially in his early career. And you tell by the way he stands, by the way he's kind of looking, he seems more lost. How he tries to speak, and it's much more slowly. Sometimes you can't understand clearly what he's saying. He used very little in this, even though his fucking character's name is the title, Detective Knight, and it's a trilogy. Because this takes place around Halloween, then the second film is supposed to take place around Christmas, and then the third film is supposed to take place around Independence Day. And all three are out. I think it's Detective Knight Redemption and Detective Knight Independence. And you sit there going, why did this become a trilogy? More likely, someone looked at him and said, you know what? He's not going to be doing this much longer. Bruce is doing it because to get the money, to have a retirement fund, because he's not going to be working anymore. And that's why Bruce Willis did all these movies, and he probably got paid, I don't know, $1 million for each one, to save up a nest egg to live the rest of his life as comfortably as he can. So it's one of those things that, unlike the Steven Seagal direct-to-video film, that I'm much more angry and upset because Seagal can do better, should know better, and everything up, down, and center. I said the reason anybody would even watch this is because of Bruce Willis, and you know that the reasons why he's doing it, and I understand the reasons he's doing it. It's hard for me to get mad at Bruce Willis for doing it. Although, you look at the other people, you go, well, can't you just, maybe you should not do this, Bruce. You should just relax. And, some people say, well, this is almost like elderly abuse. They're just using Bruce Willis. And the thing is, I don't know if that's the case, or if it's just Bruce himself going, no, I want to do this because I need this money. And I want a retirement fund for me and my family. So Bruce himself could be like, I'm going to do this. And there you go. So like I said, it's just depressing to watch. I mean, Bruce Willis is a smaller supporting character, despite Detective Knight. At times trying to be a little bit like Heat. With Michael Mann's Heat, among other stuff. The gist of the story is, yeah, these masked armed robbers, they're doing a job. Bruce Willis and his partner, Lochlyn Munro, and if that name sounds familiar, he was the cop in Freddy vs. Jason, who Jason grabbed and pushed in and electrocuted. He was in Scary Movie, the first Scary Movie. He was one of the main cast who was upset because people thought he had a little Deanie. It's one of those guys when you see his face, it's like, okay, I recognize him. He was in a lot of films back in the day. Was a Dead Man on Campus, a lot of these other films. So during that, they try to get the bad guys. The bad guys wound Lochlyn Munro with CGI squibs, CGI blood. And he just mortally wounded, so you figure he's dead. But no, he's not dead, because they'll use him in the sequels. Again, why we can't just do blood squibs, I don't know. I mean, there were low budget films back to the 80s in the Philippines that could do squibs, but can't do it for movies today. And Bruce Willis, you just watch his performance, is such a lack of emotion. If you thought he had a lack of emotion 10 years ago, this is incredibly more so. The criminals, like the bad guys escape, he's kind of, but just you see in his eyes, he's just more lost than anything. Because his whole faculties are not there. And so once in a while he pops in, because he wants revenge for his partner who's wounded and in critical condition. And he's with this other cop, played by Jimmy Dean Lewis. And once in a while he pops up, goes to New York to try to find these people and get revenge. But it's mostly about the criminals. And they were former athletes. Like the lead guy is Bo Mershoff as Casey, who used to be a former football player. I'm sitting there, if I want to see Bruce Willis and then another character that was a former football player, just go watch The Last Boy Scout. Which I know him and Damon Wayans and nobody got along with that movie. It was apparently a shit show production. Everybody hated each other. But my God, the final product is pretty badass. Pretty damn fun. How much were those pants? Do they come with a TV in them? That you wear them? I am very old. So it's more about Bo Mershoff's character. Mershoff, how you say his last name. And I don't think he did a bad job acting. It's just can't say I cared a whole lot about the character. Idea where they were going with. He had the fame and glory, but he had an injury, and he's addicted to pain pills, and his wife is saying you're a fucking drug addict, and he gets along well with his daughter, but things are very shaky with him and the wife, and she wants him to find a legitimate job, but he's like, no, I need to find something that make more money. And then the next job these criminals get is to get a Wayne Gretzky collector's card. I'm not making it up. Which I'm like, isn't that the plot a cop-out? With Bruce Willis, like to get in that case it's a baseball card. Here it's a hockey card, Wayne Gretzky. And lo and behold, one of the criminals is played by Trevor Gretzky, the son of Wayne Gretzky. So yes, one of the criminals is played by the son of hockey legend Wayne Gretzky. Again, the guy's name is Trevor Gretzky, so. What came first, the chick or the aide? What came first, casting Trevor Gretzky and saying, let's make it Wayne, or, hey, Wayne Gretzky card, hey, his son's an actor, let's see if we can get him in this. I did, which came first, the chicken or the egg? So you have the lead guy, Casey, played by Bo Mershoff. You got Trevor Gretzky. You got this lady. They're the main three. Let's see. Then above them are other bad guys. You have Johnny Messner, who's been in a few action films. He was in a Dolph Lundgren film. I think it was called Forgotten, also known as like The Good, the Bad, the Dead or something. Like Dolph Lundgren, I think Danny Trejo was in it. And then you have this other bad guy. I think the character's name was like Winna, Winna. I think that was his name. And that guy has a connection to Bruce Willis because from time to time Bruce Willis will pop in and see that guy. Like that guy is being taught chess. Why do so many bad guys get either know about chess, play chess, teach chess? It's always chess. So many fucking movies, the bad guys in chess. How about checkers? Or hot potato or fucking operation or like mix it up a bit. For fuck's sake. It's always chess. Or take the chess pieces, shove it up your ass. And spoiler alert, the reason Bruce Willis has a connection with this guy is that Bruce Willis's character, his dad was murdered back in the day when he was a kid and he saw it. And the director tries to do some decent editing, like color, where it's done in slow motion and you have the colors reflecting over the kid's face. And the kid is naturally being steered, which I feel bad for the kid. Because you see genuine fear on the kid's face. Then cut to, apparently this guy helped Bruce Willis find the guy who did it, and Bruce Willis shot and killed the guy. And Jimmy Jean Louis, who I forget if I think he's Haitian, but he grew up a bit in, I think, France. He's pretty much there. I don't want to say to be a guardian angel, but kind of be almost like Jiminy Cricket to try to just talk to Bruce Willis's character. But you just say he has the high moral fiber of the movie, but at the same time, you could have like taken his character out. It would not have affected anything. Just to have someone to be with Bruce Willis and the handful of scenes he's in. The bad guys, they do an operation and they're stealing some stuff and the lady gets arrested and the two guys get away. More drama, more friction with the guy and his wife, and then the one guy, Winna, wants to take out Casey and his partner. And I forget the fucking reasons for it. I'll be honest, I forgot the exact reasons for it. And pretty much he's got Bruce Willis by his fingers saying, listen, if you try to do something, I got a guy with Lochlyn Munro. And I'm like, well, you're a cop, dude. Why don't you just tell someone, my partner's been threatened, have a couple cops there. I don't know why Bruce's character doesn't do that. Hey, my partner has been threatened. He's in critical condition. Can you have a couple detectives there to keep him safe just in case? Why Bruce can't do that, I don't know. Is that really explained? And so that a bad guy can try to kill Lochlyn Munro, and he's even got the tubes in his face. And yet Lochlyn Munro is still able to overpower the guy and fucking kill the guy. That's almost as funny as, Steve Seagal and Hard to Kill, where he just got out of a coma and then you have the escape scene. Again, Lochlyn Munro's like critical condition. He's been shot more than 50 Cent, and he's still able to overpower the guy, even with the tubes in his nose. I'm like, okay. It's just a finale. It takes place in Halloween. You know, it's just people wearing masks. Someone is able to wear a werewolf mask and just enter a police station. I don't think that's going to happen. And the guy is entering there to get to like a officer's. Come on. No one is going to allow you to enter a fucking police station with a goddamn werewolf mask without you taking it off. Let me see your ID. Did your fingerprint? Did your birth certificate? What was your gift you got on your 4th birthday? What was the 8th woman you fucked? All the other information. But no, the bad guy just enters the police station with a fucking werewolf mask. And then lo and behold, there's Bruce Willis. Come with me, Casey. By this point, the Wayne Gretzky's son, Trevor, has been killed. And they go off. Now, the reason they have this motif is so that when a chunk of the action is being done at the end, Bruce Willis's character is wearing a fucking werewolf mask. Because you need a guy running a little bit outside, gunning. It's not going to be Bruce Willis, because he can't do that stuff anymore. So, hey, it's Halloween, werewolf mask. There you go. Even in the action, there's nothing of note to mention in terms of the action. Whether it be choreography or stunt work. The film and cinematography isn't that bad compared to a lot of other direct-to-video... I still call it direct-to-video, direct-to-streaming movies, but... Couple guards get shot. Bruce Willis took the Casey guy with him. Bruce Willis finds the Winna guy, sits down, takes off the werewolf mask for the audience to see it's Bruce Willis. And because of Halloween, Bruce Willis says, "Trick or treat, motherfucker." I'm like, great, you stealing from Busta Rhymes now? Stealing from a scene from Dangertainment? Sorry, Bruce. I know you're doing this for the retirement. Busta Rhymes said that line better. Trick or... And again, it's hard to get mad at Bruce Willis because of the aphasia. I mean, was the whole movie concocted in Halloween just to get that one line? Instead of yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, have him say trick or treat, motherfucker. So he shoots that guy. Casey's being attacked by Johnny Messner. And then Bruce Willis shoots Johnny Messner. So he lets the guy go back to his family. Which the guy tries to get to his family, but then he gets arrested. And then Bruce Willis gets arrested. Because he went rogue. That's the title. And that's supposed to lead up into the second film where he's in jail. And apparently the plot is there's the Santa Claus bomber. And he has disciples dressed up as Santa Claus. And there's a prison escape, and Bruce Willis is tasked to go find the guy. And apparently Bruce Willis is in that even less than in this one. Like I said, this shit's just depressing. Like, again, you go into these films because the only reason you would ever see it, reason, treason, feasible of a ray of hope, ray of shine, ray of fucking Ray Combs. It's to see Bruce Willis. The only way, the only how, the only where, why you would see this fucking film is because of Bruce Willis. And he's not in it that much, and when he's in it, you see the aphasia just working its terribleness onto the guy. So at the end of the day, it's fucking depressing to watch. And I don't see what other enjoyment you get out of it. When streaming is a thing, and you just hop on and see a bunch of other movies dealing with criminals and armed robberies and all that stuff, countless upon countless other iterations of that. So the plot, the story, there's nothing that unique about it. There's nothing that engaging about it. There's nothing even that eye candy of action sequences to really marvel at. So, yeah. There you go. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. It's just sad what happened with Bruce. But, what else can you do? With that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.